Good morning, everyone. Welcome to week 11. Excited to be back with you again. Let's get straight into the matchups this week. And we'll start with me versus Stu. Battle of the last two champions here. And it's a big game for Stu. Chance to move clear of the renamed Shame game. And I think he'd be happy with how things have started for him. Carson putting up 12 Thursday night. It's a strong start for him. And he's got two running backs who are in real good form at the moment. Johnson and McCaffrey both putting up 30 points last week. That's a feat that might not be achieved again this week, but I think you can feel pretty confident that they're in good form at the moment. Interesting fact for you actually: Christian McCaffrey has only come off the field for 21 snaps so far this season. He's playing 96% of offensive snaps, which is insane for a running back. On the other hand, I'm actually going to struggle a little this week with bye weeks, losing 4 or 5 players. So I feel like it's going to be a tough one for me. Even though I do have a strong team, I'm going to have to take Stu to win a tough game here. We should both need to watch the Panthers-Lions game. That's where we've got quite a few players going. Be the most interesting one for us to watch. Let's move on to Phil v Ian. Battle of the 4 and 6s here. Ian's throwing Howard straight into his lineup after shocking the Batterick world by accepting a trade request. In doing so, he's made the interesting choice of leaving Latavius Murray on his bench, who scored 5 touchdowns in the last 4 games for him. I think this is a mistake, a real mistake actually. So much so that I believe that not only will Ian lose to Phil, I believe he'll lose by the point difference between Murray and Jordan Howard. I think it's going to be that close, and I think playing Murray would have been the game changer. Make sure you watch that Bears-Vikings game just to find out how right I am, guys. Let's move on to Tristan and Andy. Tristan will be rightly very pleased with how Aaron Jones started for him on Thursday night. Andy, after snatching victory from the jaws of defeat last week, I think his kidneys would prefer if he had a calmer match. Don't see that happening for him this week. He looks like he's got a real barn burner on a Californian scale this week on his hands. Speaking of California, actually, the air quality at the moment for Monday night is currently rated as moderate, which could mean, which health advisors say means that you should be limit the amount of what's what I'm looking for, heavy exertion that you do. So that could mean, if they follow that advice, Gurley getting rotated more, not playing as many snaps, which could obviously have a negative effect on Andy's chance to score points. I'm going to say I think Triss wins this one, but I think obviously you guys need to watch that Rams-Chiefs game Monday night to find out exactly who wins and by how much. Next we'll move on to Mo and Brad. Both of them starting Jags running backs at the moment, which obviously unusual in most situations. Interesting fact I dug up by myself, with Stephon Tuitt, when he's out, as he will be today, the Steelers concede an average of 100 yards rushing per game. It'll be fascinating to see how those snaps break down later on between Yeldon and Fournette. See who takes the most advantage of a weakened Steelers run defense. Mo is making some bold dice rolls without his beloved Pats available, such as starting the NFL's greatest ever BB, which is Blake Bortles. It'll be very tight, but I think I'll tip Brad to win this one just after a successful Thursday night performance with Devontae Adams. Be sure to watch the Jags pick game this week, as it will surely decide your matchup. Tom v Ryan, which is the Shot Bowl, aka the former Battle of the Bow Road. Now that Tom has Julio Jones scoring touchdowns, he's got to be feeling confident about taking the win here against a clear bottom place Ryan. Ryan still has a shot with this week though, and he's taking risks such as playing Larry Fitzgerald, who you would normally say is not a great fantasy player, particularly the last couple of seasons. But he's got a very good matchup this week with the Oakland Raiders defense. Touchdown or two there from Larry Fitzgerald will have Tom sweating all the way through to Monday Night Football. As it stands, I'll still back Tom to win this one, but that's going to be an interesting one to watch. Be sure to keep your eyes on that Philly-New Orleans game, as Ryan in particular has a lot riding in that. Again, a couple of inflated points there, 1 or 2 extra touchdowns for someone like Thomas, and again, Tom's going to be starting to worry a bit more again. Guys, good luck this week, and yeah, join you again next week as well. Cheers.